Now, a ninth suspect in the Thabo Bester escape saga is due in court in Bloemfontein today. The 31-year-old is scheduled to make his first appearance following his arrest on Sunday, and he faces a charge of aiding a prisoner's escape from legal confinement. eNCA senior reporter Silindelo Masikane is covering that story for us, and she joins us live now to give us an update. Slee, good morning to you. I can see definitely our media colleagues as well as ourselves are ready for this court appearance, just behind you with all the cameras getting ready to be prepped up. But what do we know so far about this 31-year-old suspect?
Good morning, Tumolo. Yes, we are coming to you live from the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court, where we are actually back inside the courtroom, where we are expecting the ninth suspect in the Thabo Bester escape saga to make their first appearance here. We know that police actually confirmed on Sunday afternoon that an arrest had been effected in Johannesburg, where they had arrested a Zimbabwean national who's about 30 years old, and that he at this stage has been charged with aiding and abetting Thabo Bester from lawful custody. Now, what we do know about the Zimbabwean national is that he has actually been mentioned in court in terms of the role he may have played or has allegedly played in this escape saga. We know, of course, that at this stage, this 31-year-old national is alleged to have been an accomplice in terms of accompanying Dr. Nandi Magutumana to claim one of the bodies that was going to be used as a decoy in Bester's escape. That particular body, of course, we now know belongs to Thabo Bester. Thabo Bester went missing last year in March, and his family only this year around April. DNA test confirming that that body that was planted actually belonged to him. Now, of course, we have seen very emotional scenes inside and outside of court, with Thabo Bester's mom coming to court to see those accused of actually taking her son's body, where she actually had to search high and low in terms of mortuaries trying to find him. And of course, Thabo Bester's father, that is Mr. Mpolo, he is based in Johannesburg, and unfortunately he is unable to come and witness proceedings today, but is intending on coming when all 9 accused are back in court on the 20th of June. He says that he plans on watching proceedings at home in Tembisa, and I think on your screens right now you will be able to see that he and his family are preparing themselves to watch those proceedings on television, to see for the first time the man who allegedly claimed to have been Thabo Bester's brother taking his body from the government hospital with Dr. Nandipa, subsequently then Thabo Bester's body being planted in Thabo Bester's cell. Now, of course, we know that both the Mpolo and Bereng families have been really emotionally traumatized by the entire ordeal, listening to the details about how their son's body was handled, in particular by some of the accused when they planted his body in the cell. We know that at some point his body was put in a dustbin to be able to take it to Bester's cell. We know that it was transported inside the Mangaung Correctional Center in a van, hidden inside a TV stand, and we know, of course, that there was an attempt to set that body alight, and also at some stage we also understand that Dr. Nandipa allegedly tried to have the body cremated, and we know, of course, that it's due to police investigations and particular police officers who then had noticed that a number of bodies had been claimed by Dr. Nandipa, and that she was intending on trying to cremate the body that was supposed to be of Thabo Bester, of course, being planted as a decoy. So as we prepare to hear court proceedings later this morning, of course, we are expecting that some of Thabo Bester's family members, in particular his mom or his aunt, will be inside court. But of course, back in Johannesburg, we do know that his father, is also keeping a close eye on these proceedings to see for himself the man who is claimed to have been one of two who, of course, in essence, stole Katlego's body, which was subsequently then planted in Thabo Bester's cell. So we are expecting court proceedings to start any time from now. At this point, we are still awaiting to see the arrival of the state prosecutor. Once he arrives, then we'll have an indication as to how close we are from proceedings beginning this morning.
All right, so that's where we'll leave it for now, as we're expecting, of course, court proceedings to start any minute now. Also, assumptions around the length of those proceedings might not be long, as this might just be, to enroll the case in a court. But we'll leave all those developments with you, colleague, and come back to you as soon as there are any other developments regarding this appearance. What we know so far, it's a 31-year-old Zimbabwean male who was arrested in the early hours of Sunday morning. This facing charges of assisting an inmate in escaping from a prison. So we expected to see that suspect, and not just South Africa, I suppose, even Katlego Bering's family, as you would have seen on the screen, where, of course, his father, Mr. Mpolo, is following those proceedings from right here in Johannesburg.